Well, you're feeling a little blue. It's January. Yesterday was Blue Monday, but it's okay because it's common to feel this way at this time of the year. Great to have the CEO of Peel Children's Aid Society, Mary Beth Mollenkamp, back on the show. Good to see you, Mary Beth.
Thank you.
And you have somebody very special with you this morning. This is Andrea Reid. And Andrea reached a breaking point just a few months ago. And it's thanks to Peel CAS that she's able to overcome obstacles and get some help. So thank you both for being here. Thank you, Andrea, for coming in and telling your story. Because this just goes back to November.
Yes.
Where were we at in November, Andrea?
It was a wee hour of the morning. And I was feeling gloomy. And after reaching out to different resources, I didn't feel completed. And a leap of faith, I Googled Children's Aid. And from that initial phone call with that worker, it's got my family to resources that we needed, that we didn't even know we needed. I had shelter allowance, and I also had home furnishings for the children, because it was a lot. And I was at that wall where do I turn, where do I go? And that phone call that morning.
What did the person on the other line, what did they do for you? How did it help you? Just one phone call? One
phone call. She listened. The person on the other line listened. They made me feel heard. And when I was beating myself up, that person flipped the script and showed me a light and let me know, okay, everything is going to be okay. Even after our phone call, I did get a follow-up the next day to make sure that I was all right.
Oh, wonderful.
And even we had a social worker working with my family, getting us through transition, and we lost that worker. And that Children's Aid worker found back that worker, had her back into my family, and helped us completed that transition. So when you're suffering, just pick up the phone, because they're here to help.
What does this make you feel, Mary Beth?
You know, our role in communities is really to make sure that we're there for families whenever and however they need us. And so when I hear Andrea's story, we really want to move from a system that's reactive to preventative. So how do we provide those services and supports to make sure that we're connecting you to resources, just being that ear on the other end of the line to provide that support. And I think people don't always understand that while we have a responsibility on child protection, we also have a responsibility to help families and really strengthen families. And so to hear that she had this experience and that our preventative upstream supportive work is helping really makes me proud of the work that our organization's doing, and many child welfare agencies are doing.
At 2 in the morning?
Yeah, 2 in the morning.
In the middle of the night?
In the middle of the night.
How hard was it for you to say, listen, you know what, I need some help?
When I see that whatever I was going through was affecting my children, at that moment I felt like I'm not a good mother anymore. And I just felt down that moment. And just hearing that, you know what, you've come a long way. You've accomplished a lot. We're going to get you the resources that you and your family needs. That's what you need. You need resources. And just to get that listening ear and that feeling heard and feeling understood at that moment was the greatest thing.
Where are we at now, 3 months later?
3 months later, it's still a work in progress, but I do have the resources that I need to complete this journey. And thanks to Children's Aid Society. Don't suffer in silence.
Yeah, and it's easy to say that, but like you guys probably experience this all the time too, just making that first step to making that call or reaching out in somehow.
Absolutely. It's really, for families, sometimes it can be scary, right? When we think about the legacy and the role and people's understanding of what child welfare actually does. And we really want to communicate that we can be there as a support, connect you to community resources, and be there for your family.
Somebody's watching right now. Where do they reach out to?
You know what? You can reach out to your local Children's Aid Society. Just call and ask for that support. Even if you want to stay anonymous, we can connect you. All of our calls are confidential. We want to connect you to those community services and make sure that we wrap around your family so that you can help better support your children.
We'll hook it up with our website, cach.com/morninglive. Andrea, thanks for sharing your story, because it's not easy.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah,
like if it saves somebody from suffering in silence, I'm all for it.
And your daughter's here this morning too, with a big smile on her face. Wonderful. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. More Morning Live on your Tuesday after this.